What?
There's glitter on your face.
Oh, good. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Alter Ego Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Austin. With me, as always, is the Cyborg.
Hello.
And Miss Megan, how are you?
I am super duper.
And Brian is nowhere to be found because he's not committed.
That's not true.
It's not true at all. We love you, Ryan.
He don't want to watch 10 hours of Wrestlemania.
So who's the real loser here?
Oh, boy.
It's me. It's always me.
Yeah.
Admittedly me.
There's a lot to unpack on that one. I'll admit, halfway through the main event for night one, I was like, you know what? I'm done.
Really?
Yeah.
We have... All right. We'll save it for later.
Okay.
You pretty much have to, clip by clip, tell us exactly what happened throughout the entire 10 hours.
Oh
That's
my
not
God.
true.
At
It's
the end of the
inaccurate.
podcast.
No.
In 30 minutes, go.
Nah.
My favorite wrestler is still on WWE, so I'm not.
Who?
Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
I love Rollins.
Your second favorite wrestler is not, but we'll save that for later in the news.
That's right. He is my second favorite wrestler. Is, well, no, we're not going all time. Never mind. We're not going to get into that.
Oh, I meant currently.
Oh, currently my second favorite wrestler? Holy smokes, that's a tough one. I don't know, but we'll get into it. You know who else is going to get into it? Ford Supply Company. Whose ad I have in my portfolio here.
What are they getting into nowadays?
They need to be getting me into beard oil. I'm really ready for some beard oil, and I get angry every time I don't have it. But that's okay.
You got to email the rep
I do.
on a Tuesday or a Thursday morning.
We are just now out of the pumpkin.
It's almost time for pumpkin
Which
again.
we've
That's
loved.
actually a lie. We have one left, and I'm
Oh,
saving
yeah. I forgot.
it for when we circle back
Yeah.
to the...
It's like in a little
November,
glass case
October.
in your bathroom, break in case of
No, it's,
emergency.
That's right.
It's in a cardboard box.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
in the cardboard box it came in. We actually were looking the other day because we're ready for a new scent.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Where are you guys going next? What's next on the trail?
I don't know.
We currently are using Castaway, but we like to have a couple to choose from.
By we, she means her.
So
Savor that Castaway. It's out of stock right now. It's sold out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
We do want to get one of those Coffee or Dead
Yeah.
ones.
Big time.
Boy.
But before we add it, then the next one that we have is, as far as the ones that we have right now, I'm probably going to go with.
By the way, did you see
Brewmaster?
who joined me here at the table?
That is
Brewmaster.
awesome.
The
I've
Butcher.
heard good things about that one.
Butcher Funko Pop came out, the one from Walmart where he's all covered in blood carrying the crowbar. I love it.
That came fast.
Yeah.
But yes,
No, it
to get
didn't.
back to the ad, Brewmaster's amazing.
Brewmaster's probably.
It's probably my that is my go-to.
I like Sandalwood
Brewmasters?
personally, or not Gentleman. Sorry,
Yeah.
I like Gentleman personally. That's my favorite.
Everybody's like, I don't
Outside
want
of
to
the
smell
holiday
like
ones.
beer. It doesn't smell like beer. It smells like citrus. It's made with beer, which makes it really sudsy when you're in the shower.
Ooh, I like sudsies. I like the sudsies.
You guys are being gross.
Or just the opposite. We're being clean.
You know who's not being gross?
Tony Anello's Southern Italian cuisine.
They're
and
never
grill.
being gross.
They're a hidden gem that is family owned and operated at the outskirts of St. Petersburg
Rookie.
at 1136 Pinellas Bay Way, South Tierra Verde, Florida. It's a must try for a homemade Italian lunch or dinner. Just remember to bring your appetite because the portions are very generous. Call for reservation today at 727-867-3577 and check out TonyNells.com.
It's not as easy as it looks.
It's hard not to say 867-5309.
I know. I want to every single time you say it.
Yeah.
Imagine having that phone number.
There's a lot of corporate areas like to have that number because people will call it. They're like, hey, what's up, plumbing? Yeah, there is a plumber that has that, and that's their jingle on their commercial, too. Which is pretty smart if you want people just to call you.
Yeah.
So what
What's
else is
their
up?
phone number
It's
again?
like, actually, I just called it because of the song. Cool, so what else is up?
How's your plumbing?
Yeah, how's your plumbing? Drop any growlers lately?
Oh, gross.
Don't say growlers while I'm drinking a beer. It's
Uh,
it all together in my head.
okay. Okay, Mark, okay. So, there were some really good things in the news world to talk about before we get into WWE.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, one that you commented on. But we're not
Days
into that
ago,
now.
probably.
How about the fact that Oscar Isaac dropped a video of him doing training for Moon Knight?
That looked awesome.
And clearly, he is going to be stabbing people. because in that clip he's using a knife quite well, I might add.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously it's choreographed, but it looks badass.
He was all grayed up with the beard and stuff. I'm like, this is going to be awesome.
And it looks really gritty. And I hope he stays with the beard.
Yeah,
I
me
do.
too. Me too.
I think this is all of our MCU news for this week. Tom Hiddleston hit the cover of Empire magazine.
Whoa! Yeah, is that the one with
Looking
the Loki
real
helmet
good.
in the shadow?
Right, so it's him in a
so
suit,
cool.
but the shadow is him as Loki. It looks really good. Good for you,
really,
Tom.
really cool.
Big fan of the show. Text me later. We'll talk.
We're like 5 weeks away from that, aren't we?
Oh, and I cannot wait to unpack Falcon and the Winter Soldier on this podcast too.
Yep.
I wavered a bit. I watched the first two and kind of took about a half a week off. I didn't have internet for 2 days this week. That fucking sucked.
Wow, back to the Dark Ages. Did you walk around? Did you get
I didn't know
around
what
in
to
a
do. I had to
wagon?
pop in some DVDs. I'm like, what am I doing here? 2 days without internet. Anyways.
Hey, Dad, where's your typewriter?
But as soon as I got it back on, I watched 2 episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I'm back in.
You're caught in?
I'm back in.
Oh, my word.
Oh, boy.
I have a customer at work who was like, oh, what do you think about that Falcon and Winter Soldier? I was like, he goes, I've only watched the first 3 episodes. And I'm like, leave now. Go home and watch it. He came in today, was like, bruh.
I like how you're sending customers away.
Yeah.
Leave now.
Yeah, get out.
Forget what you were going to purchase.
Yeah, for sure. On to some DC news. DC is more meaty than MCU today. Shazam got a new cast member.
Who'd that be?
Lucy Liu.
Oh.
Added as a villain. They didn't give her a specific role, but she is added as a villain to the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Lucy Liu.
I also
Fury
like
of the
to
Gods.
think of her as a villain because
Because of Kill Bill, because she's amazing, because she does a lot of great things.
she's also in Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, but she's not a villain there.
No, but
She's one of the angels.
doesn't mean she's not a villain to somebing.
She's
Yeah,
a
it's
villain,
all on perspective. Like, everybody's a villain to somebody.
But in everybody's perspective, Lucy Liu is cool.
yes.
Uh,
Unless you're wrong.
Yeah. There was a Twitter campaign over the last weekend to
Oh,
make
no.
the Batfleck happen.
Oh, my God.
People want that Batman movie with Ben Affleck.
It almost killed him last time. Stop it.
It almost killed him because he was tired of hearing from people about his
He was tired
portrayal
of
Batman.
hashtags. He was tired of being emailed. He was tired of being yelled at on the street.
Yeah.
Leave Ben alone.
Leave Ben alone.
Great Batman. I love his enthusiasm for the character. Let that man be.
Yeah.
Let him go.
I still want to see it though, Ben.
If you
though,
love him,
seriously.
let him go.
Ben, I want to see it though. But I won't be dead inside if it doesn't happen. I don't really care. So this is funny. Like piggybacking on that, one of the writers from Justice League confirmed there was no creative roadmap in place for the DCU before production started.
You don't fucking say.
You don't say. We as an audience could not tell.
Wow, they were just winging it?
I'm like, why did this have to be said?
Yeah.
We can see that. Are you just confirming that you didn't care about your major properties?
Oh, my God. Let me guess. He doesn't work there anymore.
I would assume so. This was on IGN. But, I personally was just like in total shock. I couldn't believe this wasn't planned out. And we've said that so many times. There's no Feige.
No.
There's no person saying this is what you're doing. Whatever. Anyway, DC, although, is going to have a cool win for me, I think. They are going to go back to putting their major theatrical releases only in theaters starting 2022.
I think that's a Warner Brothers thing all around.
Yeah. But I still think that's a good sign. I'm ready to go back to the movies.
I'm ready for things not to get pushed back every 2 weeks.
That's true.
Pick away and go with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Either it's at home or in the movies, whatever it is, just release it.
Have a backup plan for it being released at home or whatever, if that's the case.
Yeah.
We should have had like 3 Marvel movies by now.
That's what
I
I'm
agree.
saying, and all that's on Disney Plus, and they figured out how to do this whole premiere thing. If that's the case, then
Then just
make
commit to it.
Yeah, and make it premiere. Okay, this is the date. We'll know X amount of time beforehand.
I'm not
Yes.
getting a premiere movie.
I don't want to do that either, but I'm just saying they still obviously want to make money off of these films, and they're not going to be able to do it from standard
Sure.
Disney Plus and
Sure.
not having movies open. But you could still do the premiere and probably make even more money because people are paying more. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Commit to it because this is only prolonging the future of the
Yeah.
Marvel universe and really every ongoing story is being continually pushed back.
We got all these properties to get to, people. We got to start nailing out these movies so we can get a Fantastic
are super
Four.
lucky that we live in the generation that the Marvel Universe is, and I don't want to die before it's all over. Okay?
Wow.
I want to live through all of it. Just saying.
At least you got through all of first phase.
Yeah, I'd like to make it through 4 or 5 stages before I die, so let's move along.
All right, we're 3 in. All right, let's do it.
Okay. Into some sort of gaming news. Okay. I guess it is gaming news. The Last of Us, the PlayStation exclusive, is getting a remake developed.
For the game?
Yeah. It released in 2013.
I thought it was really, really popular.
That's a PlayStation exclusive, right?
Right, yeah. But it's not being remade because it's bad.
No.
It's getting remade like a graphic update and to make it look better, I would assume.
Well, I don't know much about games, but this is something that I heard from somebody else that knows a lot more about games than I do. But apparently, all the Sony games, they're just concentrating on AAA titles and everything else goes by the wayside. They're not bothering with any small things anymore. But you think about it, it's like everything starts off at a certain level and it builds up based on credibility. So if you're just going to release 8 games a year and they're all multi-million-dollar games, you don't have that underdog, that game that's just kind of taking on its own life.
Yeah.
And building up to that level.
You don't have that game that's like that cult following that's just actually really good. Like I play a lot of the Blizzard properties like Diablo and stuff like that. And recently I've been very bored and discovered a game called Path of Exile. That's kind of in the same vein as Diablo.
Okay.
Kind of similar. It's similar but different in a lot of ways. And I've been sitting there playing it, and I'm thinking exactly that. I'm like, man, it's games like this.
Yeah.
That save gaming.
Exactly. I'm not a huge gamer anyway, so it doesn't really affect me all that much. But it's like, okay, give things the ability to breathe and let it kind of stand on its own without just putting the whole train. Because we're just going to get sequels and remakes forever.
Right.
They're not going to come out with anything new if they're putting $1 million into it.
Well, I mean, you got Ghost of Tsushima, which is new, and that was kind of a big hit, but that's locked behind PlayStation.
Yeah. Well, that was new, but that was behind... what's his name did that? Was the developer?
I don't know.
It had an all-star creative team behind it.
We can look it up.
Oh, okay.
We can Google it. It's worth the Google.
I like how I'm talking about video games. The guy who hasn't even unpacked his PlayStation 4.
Oh, my God. All right, so Ghost of Tsushima. I love that this road comes with this song for everybody. So our Google song is everyone else's Google song.
I've never heard it on another podcast, though.
That's good.
Because they don't use
Developer
it the
was
way it's
Sucker
meant to be
Punch
meant.
Studios.
Not who I thought it was.
Punch Studios.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know any of these folks that are on the production for it either.
Did they create the movie Sucker Punch?
That'd be cool.
It looked
I didn't
good.
mind Sucker Punch.
It was fine.
Okay.
It was fine.
It was good for what it was.
The trailers looked awesome.
Yeah.
And then you got there and you went, oh, it's just a 2-hour version of the trailer.
Yeah. But hey, whatever. I liked the whole mental hospital aspect and how what was happening in their minds was different than whatever was actually happening. But whatever, it doesn't matter. So, on to some TV and movie news.
Okay.
The CW released the first actual image of the folks playing the Powerpuff Girls.
I saw this.
I was like, right on.
We talked about Powerpuff Girls last week, and I went, okay. And then I found out it was on the CW a couple days later, and I went,
oh, no. But it's Donald Faison, man. I love that guy.
That's great.
That's great for him.
Anyway.
Brought to you by Riverdale.
Radio. Indiana Jones 5. I have my thoughts on Indiana Jones 5. But they had a casting of Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Who'd that be?
She's relatively unknown to mass, audiences out there. I don't know much about her, so I had to IMDb her earlier. And she's most known for a show called Fleabag.
I've heard really good things about it, but I've never seen it. But it's on the
that's
list.
What everyone says about it is like, oh, she's a big part of Fleabag. And then she's in His Dark Materials. but I don't know this
What?
character that she plays in his Dark Materials. Yeah, she's a voice actor in that series. She's not
maybe she plays one of the familiars.
Yeah, it's quite possible. But she is cast now in the
Well, maybe she's a voice actor. She's got to play one of the.
She's not. She's a live action actor, but that's what she does.
I thought you were
in
saying
that
she
show.
was a voice actor in that
In that
movie, or in that
series.
His
series.
Dark Materials, yeah, she is, but she's not a strictly voice actor. Everything else she's done has been live action as an individual person, not a voice. But she's also in a Mr. and Mrs. Smith TV
Jack,
series that was announced.
What?
Interesting. Muy interesante. So, real quick, Indiana Jones 5. At what point is he going around in a walker?
Oh, jeez.
Harrison Ford just wants to kill all of his characters. That's all it is.
At what point is he swinging on the rope or the whip and just goes, "Hey!" and falls
That's the beginning of the movie.
into a pit of snakes?
That's it. That's the end of Indiana Jones.
Yeah. So, anyway.
I have one to add to the movies when you're done because it's not on your list.
Well, thank goodness for that.
Is it about the CW?
No.
Okay. I'll allow it.
You guys still didn't watch Swamp Thing, which I'm sore
Shoot,
about.
no.
Shoot.
Okay.
Oh,
so
dag nabbit.
It was really good.
here's what happened. Did you know there's 2 versions of the Swamp Thing television series?
No.
That there is a PG-13
Oh, we did
CW
know
Oh,
this.
yes,
cut.
Yeah,
yes,
we
we
did
do
know
know
this.
that.
And then there's
Watch
the HBO cut?
Watch the HBO cut.
I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, no.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
All I find is the CW. And I
we
watched the
watched-
first episode of both to see the difference, and I
Big
went,
difference.
oh my God, I wouldn't watch the show if it was just
no,
on CW.
It's gory as F on
Yeah,
the
they
HBO.
cut out all the gory stuff, and they're just like,
The guy-
you see it off screen.
There's a guy that,
Yeah.
literally gets like, what is he?
Like when the guy's in the
ripped
mirror
half?
and the,
Oh, boy.
But the guy who did the directing for that show is a horror director.
you can
And
tell.
he was absolutely perfect for that franchise.
Yeah.
I'm really bummed that it didn't get to go off the ground because I think it was James. Was it James Wan?
I think he was an executive producer on it.
Either
which
way,
makes a lot of sense.
God, he's so good. Netflix is making I don't know if this is going to be something that grabs you. I know Ryan's going to regret not being here for this one, but a live action Gundam Wing movie.
Really?
Yeah,
That sounds pricey.
it does. It sounds like what's the other big Titan monster movie where they're in the big mechs? Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw that because it looks so incredibly stupid.
I like the first one.
To me, I was
It's
just
very
like,
stupid.
nope. But I've seen a lot of stupid movies, and I'm like, yeah. So whatever, I'm a hypocrite.
I'm okay with disconnecting on certain movies,
Yeah,
like Fast and Furious.
like Hot Rod.
I love Hot Rod.
But speaking of Fast and Furious, that is on my list. Was that what you wanted to talk about?
No.
The
Keep going.
trailer for Fast 9 that just came out?
Nobody told me.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I care, and
So-
I
Are they
didn't
on
know.
the moon? Because
This
that's what I'm waiting
rumor
That's
of
10.
the rumor of cars in space is accurate.
What?
They show a clip of it in the preview.
Oh my
for. You
God!
have my attention.
Not to mention it's Tyrese and Ludacris who are in the car that's going to space.
Okay.
Why
wait
this is a
now.
thing that has to happen, I don't know.
You have my full attention.
What grabbed
I regret
me
saying what I said.
What grabbed me is something I already knew, is that John Cena is playing his younger brother, which
they
is
revealed
mentioned
that
in the trailer.
Okay.
Playing Vin Diesel's younger brother?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's awesome.
But
All right.
this is
roasted.
another one of those when they introduced The Rock, and I was like, The Rock could house Vin Diesel. This
Yeah.
is not a fair fight.
And Vin Diesel didn't like that.
And then John Cena's there now, and I'm like, well, see Vin Diesel versus The Rock. John Cena looks like he will break Vin Diesel in half.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And I love the fact that he's getting better and better with everything I've seen him in.
Yeah.
Like the Marine, awful.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a Marine. I was like, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, John.
Why this is straight to DVD?
But, this one, it looks good. John's starting to get some
I think in
serious
10
roles.
years, John Cena is going to be a legitimate actor.
You think so?
Yeah.
John could do Terminator.
He's about to have an HBO Max series.
Everybody says that. John could do Terminator.
Yeah, I can see that.
Come with me if you want to live.
I mean, that's how he
Where's your bathroom?
speaks his lines now anyways.
I've got to go to the bathroom. Anyway, that's not something Terminator says. The Disney release schedule has come out.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some
Of all
that
their
are
live
going-
action remakes?
Yeah. No. One that I'm excited for is out next month, Cruella.
Yay! But that's going to be on premiere.
Is
so
that
I'll
a-
wait.
It's going to be on premiere and in theaters.
Is that a live action remake I hear?
Yeah, it is.
Is everything on there a live action remake?
It's not a remake.
It's
is
a
using
origin-
reimagining.
it's like
no,
an
it's not
origin
even that.
story.
It's just using the same character.
Okay.
But it's like an origin story. It's
Yeah.
her. It's kind of what made her
Kill
crazy.
puppies?
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a movie called Luca. I don't know what that one is, but it's going straight to Disney Plus.
That's a animated movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Black Widow,
Oh, yeah.
which is coming to premiere and theaters,
Heard of that one.
which we will be in the theaters
I was
for
going
that
to say
one.
we might be having to hit the theaters for that.
Jungle Cruise, starring The Rock, is out July 30th.
Can't wait.
That one looks a little silly, but it sounds like
Very
right
silly.
up the Rock's alley.
It's a silly ride.
Silly Rock, you're silly. And I got the dates on these two. July 9th for Black Widow, June 18th for Luca, July 30th for Jungle Cruise, and August 13th for Free Guy.
Yeah.
I will see that one too. Free Guy looks good.
That's a Disney movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that.
Yeah, so it lets you know, it makes you wonder how much violence is actually going to be in that movie. And how much money has Disney thrown at Ryan Reynolds?
Enough he can buy his own cell phone company. That's how much.
Hey, Ryan, you're ours now. Ryan, gonna do this movie now.
When does he get to see the Frozen
The
head?
Free Willy remake.
Free Willy remake. Oh my God, they're gonna do that, aren't they?
No, they won't. PETA would have a fit.
That's true.
And Beatles, Get Back, August 27th. Don't know what that is.
Is it about the Beatles?
Obviously.
No, not
Bugs.
obviously.
Yeah, because Get Back is one of their songs.
Oh, I thought
You
it was
get back.
ludicrous again.
Well, don't be silly. Oh, and here's the one you reacted to. Do you want to go ahead and say what yours is?
So I don't know how accurate it is because I was just trying to find it again.
Oh, gosh.
I saw a movie poster and I don't remember who posted it, which is what I was trying to find. So I'll just be the first to announce it to our listeners.
If it's real.
If it's real, if it's not, disclaimer, it might not be, that there is going to be a Harry Potter 8 Cursed Child movie from the next book that's
I don't
coming
think
out.
that's
Don't
real.
think that's real.
That
It
would
looked very real, and it looked kind of reputable when I first saw it, but then I meant to screenshot it. and I
Harry
didn't.
Potter?
I just couldn't find it on Google. That's why I was like, I don't know if this is real or not. I actually was going to send it to our buddy Bridget and say, is this real? Because she would know.
It's not real.
I didn't think it was. So now I'm a little disappointed. But if, whenever it happens, I said it and I, breaking news, released it first.
It is gonna happen.
Here,
Yeah,
is this what you're looking at right here, this image? Or
No,
any
it
of
was a
these? Yeah.
picture of Harry Potter like walking out of a cave looking thing, and it was from the back, and there was some caption that said like future serves past or something.
Says
something crazy.
Wingardium Leviosa.
No, but I mean the poster
Designed by
itself,
Spitz 69.
The
on the
poster
bottom.
itself looked.
Yeah.
Whoever created it, if it's fake, they did a good job because it had the real 3D symbols on the bottom. Like it had all the legitimate stuff, and it looked, it looked pretty. And I meant to screenshot it, and I didn't, like an idiot.
I don't think that wonderful young man who plays Harry Potter is coming back anytime soon.
It'll be a little
Him
bit.
and I have the same birthday. We were born like 8 minutes apart in real life.
And that was when for people at home,
Literally.
not for
swapped
me.
at birth.
No, he was born in.
When is that for the people at home? Not for me. Definitely not for me.
None of your effing business.
I know, and it is, guys.
But
Come on.
we were born the same year at the same time, and I actually looked it up based
Daniel
on the time of
Radcliffe.
day.
Couldn't think of his
Yeah,
name.
Daniel
Now
Radcliffe.
I can.
We were born like
You mean Wolverine?
within the same hour.
I could see it.
Pretty cool.
If
Pretty cool.
he
pretty
got
cool.
huge, I could see it.
Who? Him
Daniel
being-
Radcliffe
Disney has a
playing
lot of
Wolverine.
protein powder
I
in their
could
warehouse.
see that maybe possibly, but he's not very good at doing a.
I'll tell you what, he's the best actor that's been mentioned to play him, if I'm not mistaken. Although I do
no.
like
Zac Efron.
Tony Starr.
I was a late adopter
Listen,
to the.
listen. If you drop Zac Efron's name for anything other
The
than Nova,
Nova?
I'm kicking you out. You will leave this room.
How about Egerton?
No,
Egerton.
no,
Yeah.
Taron Egerton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
No.
he'd make a really, really good Nova.
No.
Yes, he would make a good Nova.
No.
Nova? No,
Tony
no.
Starr is going to
Wolverine,
play
yeah.
We've
Wolverine.
argued about this before on
Tony
this
Starr is
podcast.
going to play Wolverine, and my boy Zach's going to play Nova.
Okay, if Tony
Tony
Starr
Starr
plays,
cannot be Wolverine. Have you seen him without the suit on?
Yeah.
That's too much protein powder for one person.
Did you see that Tobey Maguire was able to get huge?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Chris Evans from what's the
yeah, but
high
Zac
school
Efron
movie
wouldn't even have to
the
try.
other one?
He wouldn't even have
Scott
to try.
Pilgrim?
No, that's
The
Michael
Losers?
Cera. That's Michael Cera.
No, he was in Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, he was in Scott
He was
Pilgrim.
one of
That's
the
right.
evil
He was
exes.
one of the boyfriends.
Sorry.
No, golly, what is his name? Or what's the name of the movie? The high school satirical one.
Can't Hardly Wait?
No. It's meant to be like slapstick with Chris Evans. He's like, I'm appalled. Nobody's ever taken a dump on your chest before.
He was in a lot of those. What is it called?
Never something.
Boy. No, you guys are all on the wrong
Never
track.
been shit on.
No, but it's the one where What's-Her-Face
Shit on.
walks out with whipped cream all over her body.
You're thinking Varsity Blues.
No, I'm not. That's a different movie.
They made fun of it.
Because in the
Yeah.
movie, Chris Evans walks out with the whipped cream on
then
him.
they're making fun of Varsity Blues
Yes.
then.
Oh, my word.
Stop it.
Use guys.
This took off.
All right, we're gonna find it though.
Never
we are
been
not
kissed.
moving
That's
on.
not it.
Oh my gosh. No, we've gone too far. It was not another
not
teen
another
movie.
teen movie.
Didn't somebody say that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I bet you he would have known because he likes all that.
He probably would have known, right? He's probably at home screaming at his
Don't
his
point at
phone
Ryan's
right
empty
now.
chair.
Yeah.
That's not here.
Going, it's not another teen movie. Last bit of news, last bit of real news. The trailer.
I'm just fake news.
The trailer for Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead came out.
Oh, you sent this to me.
I did.
I liked it.
Is this animated?
I sent you the trailer. Did you
didn't
watch it?
watch it.
Kindly leave.
This is my house.
So unprofessional.
That's true. That's so true.
Go to the other side of the room. We're gonna get a piece of tape and run it right down the middle of the room.
So,
I'll
for
just
those of
stretch
us,
my mic over it.
for those of us that have seen the trailer, what do you think?
I wrote this in the group
You
chat.
did. You did.
Dear
you
Zack
did.
Snyder, please just make zombie movies for the rest of your life and leave my Batman alone. Sincerely, Mark.
Yeah.
I thought this was great. It was weird. It was visually pleasing, and you need a director like that with that kind of weird vision for setting up shots and CGI to portray something like this.
So I like too that they're so straight out of the gate. Like, yo, these are zombies, but they're not like normal zombies. Yeah. They have intelligence. They have organization.
They got like
and
30 days a
tactics.
night stuff going on.
I was watching that and I was like, ooh, that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Zombies with tactics and actual thought processing on top of all the murderous rage and all that.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Dave Bautista, who looks incredible in this movie,
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm going, you know what? Nah.
I like how Dave Bautista is just the trope of, oh, I'm all retired from that life now. I'm just cooking hamburgers behind the bar.
Yeah, it was like that, but I like what he said. He's like, all the stuff that we've done, who cares? Let's go do something that we want to do. Let's go do something that's going to benefit us.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see all these dudes and my guy carrying the saw. And as soon as I saw the guy carrying the big buzzsaw, I'm like, well, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And you see these zombies standing on this fake Statue of Liberty signaling the other zombies. And then you see a zombie tiger.
Wait, the fake, that must be New York, New York.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the line by the one guy's like, he goes, what is that? And he goes, that's a zombie tiger. That's crossing the line. As soon as he said that, I'm like, I'm going to like this guy. I'm going to be sad when he dies.
As soon as I saw the zombie tiger, I'm like, this is everything I expected and more from Zack Snyder.
But they show this scene, which who knows if it's in the movie or if it's just to hype people up, of them all standing on a car and basically mobs of zombies surrounding them.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, how many people survive of the crew that goes into the zombies?
Batista.
You think Batista survives?
Yes, because if they want a sequel, then he has to be in it.
I think there's a 0% chance he survives.
I would love it if everybody died.
Wow.
Everybody
Yeah.
died.
Death.
Yeah.
Death to them all.
I think that I'm onto it with you because I think what's going to happen is all of them are going to die or get bitten escaping,
Yeah.
and then the army of the dead will be unleashed upon everyone.
I like that.
Here's another one. Do zombies talk in this one?
I hope not.
Yeah.
They're creepier when they don't talk.
They're doing that
they're
thing
so
where
they're too. Yeah, no.
So what else is up?
You know, when they start doing that. Yeah, I'm coming.
You're like, what?
I don't know.
What?
I can't understand.
What?
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 Yeah, I don't know, man. It looks good, but I don't think they survive.
It's very visually pleasing, and that's
It
what
is.
you get out of Zack Snyder. I'm sure the plot is dumb as hell, and half the shit doesn't make sense, but you don't
So
need
the
it to.
plot of the movie is that they are sending in this special ops team to go to go in
Get a
and
bank
steal,
vault or casino
200 something million dollars, and they offer Batista $50 million for him and his team to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, sure. No problem. I'll do it. So, I don't know. I think that's going to be a really, really good one. And we'll definitely be checking that one out.
Can't wait
as
to
well.
watch it on streaming.
Yes. So, we're going to take a quick break for our advertisements. We'll check you guys back in just a few minutes. If you listen to those, thank you so much. We appreciate you. It helps us out a lot just by you taking those 90 seconds or what have you and listening to those ads. So we very much appreciate you. But we will be right back to talk WrestleMania Night 1 and 2.
I got to pee.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
And Mark has to pee.
Excellent.
We'll be right back.
So there we go. And we're back with these two pillars of disrespect.
That's our tag team name.
Yeah. There you go.
Pillars.
Tag team wrestling. Okay. Let's weed out the men from the women here. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Triple H.
Why? Just curious. Doesn't have to be a reason. Why? Now I want to know.
Because he's very attractive.
If you made out with him, his nose would knock your eyes out.
I don't care. He was gorgeous back in the day.
He's still gorgeous.
Yeah,
what are you
he's
talking about?
He's a
He shaved
straight
his
up
head,
stunner.
so she's like,
I was going to say, but I really liked it when he had the long hair. But I mean, Stone Cold Steve
Yeah.
Austin is definitely up there too. He is more known like longevity wise, but then I've known
No. Triple H has been longer than almost
for
anybody
me,
at this point.
For me, I knew about Stone Cold Steve Austin, obviously, as a
Oh.
kid, even as a girl who didn't watch it, grew up in a house that it wasn't on. You know what I mean? Like, I still knew who he was. I didn't know who Triple H was. But
Voice of a nation, boy,
when
Stone Cold.
when I was like high school, college, I was like, okay, you're a good-looking fella.
Yeah. Good for you, Triple H.
Yeah.
Ever come near my wife? Wait, he's married to Stephanie McMahon. No,
I know.
it stands.
Yeah.
Triple H.
He just fired from his job if anything
No,
happens.
I'm kidding. I wouldn't want to tussle with Triple H. He's a tough dude. So do we want to get into your news first?
He
You want to jump
kinda
right into
looks like you a
WrestleMania?
little bit with the brow. Anyway, move on.
I don't know. My news is sad, so
Oh, did somebody die?
no.
Somebody's leaving WWE?
A lot of people.
Oh, really?
So the Wednesday after WrestleMania is always known as Black Wednesday.
Right. Yeah. That's when the most people are cut and they're moving on
It's
without a lot of talent.
Usually about 10, 15 people. This year, they did 8, and it got pushed to Thursday for some reason.
Okay.
But there are some
Big names?
hitters on this.
Oh,
A couple of
gosh.
them you would imagine.
Okay.
Let's see.
Are there any of these that are just like we've heard they're maybe upset with their contracts?
Yeah, there's a couple people that you haven't seen for, like Bo Dallas. You haven't seen him for a long time.
Oh, gosh. Well, good.
Both of the
You
Iconics.
can Bo leave somewhere else.
That doesn't surprise me. I wasn't a big fan of the Iconics. I didn't think they looked very natural in the ring.
I love the Iconics.
Good for you.
So I can't wait for them to debut for TNA Impact
Or
Wrestling.
AEW, yeah. I mean, now is a beautiful time to be a wrestling fan because there's more than one promotion.
Yeah, you got Ring of Honor, Impact, AEW.
I think
WWE.
AEW is killing it the most right now.
They're not going to hire a bunch of these people, but there's one person they're definitely going to hire. Who else got released? Kalisto from
Okay.
Lucha House
I
Party.
heard a lot of problems in the back with Kalisto.
Yeah.
Like, he liked to fight everybody.
Yes.
like in real life.
Because
Yeah.
he's the smallest guy there, so he feels like he has to prove himself.
Well, he's always
constantly.
Little
Mr.
man
Napoleon
syndrome.
trying to
Yeah.
fight people over
Yep,
things that aren't
Napoleon.
worth fighting over. But go ahead. That
Tuck-
doesn't surprise me at all, but go ahead.
Tucker from Heavy Machinery doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they kind of broke him up from his buddy.
And Samoa Joe.
Really?
Yeah.
Aw.
That's the one where I went, really?
Yeah.
Can't wait till he's all elite.
But why?
I have he's been killing it on
He
commentary.
kills it on commentary.
He's
maybe
hurt.
it was his decision.
He
no, it
works
was a
with
mass firing.
he
Oh,
works
wow.
with Xavier Woods on Up Up Down Down all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That surprises
Now he's
me.
going to work with Kenny Omega on
You
the
know he
AEW
is.
game.
You know he is, and he's not going anywhere.
No,
So who else you got?
that's pretty much.
That was the
there
big
might be
one?
one or two more, but Samoa Joe's the big one where I went, what?
Yeah.
Really?
He is one of the best commentators they've had in a while.
That's why I said one of your favorites got released, because I know Samoa Joe's on your list somewhere.
He was like Taz, but better.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
really
have the
like
list here.
his personality, like the kind of the hitman personality, the silent killer. Like he didn't have a lot to say, but he would choke you out in the middle of the ring. I used to love that about him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Do you want the full list real
yeah,
quick?
sure, let's hear it.
Billy Kay,
Okay.
Mickey James,
Oh, Mickey James too.
Chelsea Green,
Okay.
Tucker Callisto, Wesley Blake,
Don't know him.
Samoa Joe,
Wow.
Bo Dallas, and Peyton Royce.
Bo Dallas, Peyton Royce. Wow.
I said that one from the Iconic.
Did you? Oh, wow. Wait, I'm thinking of somebody else. Who's the one that used to do American Ninja Warrior?
Casey
the really, really
Catanzaro.
little one.
Casey Catanzaro.
Is she still wrestling?
Yes.
Yeah,
She
she's
gets hurt
good.
a lot though.
Oh,
Yeah.
because she's little.
Yeah, she tiny.
Makes sense. Okay.
But she's
So-
cool though.
So WrestleMania this year, WrestleMania for me is one of two pay-per-views that no matter what the state of WWE, I have to turn it on and watch it. And this year was no exception. I have to watch this one, and I have to watch Royal Rumble. You're well aware of this.
Yes.
And this year, there were a couple matches that I was like, none of them really was like, oh man, I've got to watch that one, except my boy Seth Rollins and Cesaro. I think that has the potential. If they let those guys go and said, hey guys, just wrestle for an hour, they could do it.
I mean, they got glimpses of that in this. They kind of they killed it.
Yeah. They were my favorite match of all the ones that I watched.
I've been a little jaded by wrestling lately, but I tried to go in excited
Right?
and open-hearted, and I liked about 3 matches on the entire show.
It's in our backyard.
Yeah.
It was here in Tampa
Certainly glad
Yes,
I
it
didn't
was.
go.
for 2 nights. Here's
Deal with
another
all
thing.
that.
When is WWE going to stop pandering to us with some of these icons?
Never.
I get it. Hulk Hogan is the father of wrestling. There will never be another Hulk Hogan. He's
Thank God.
incredible. He is somebody who's the reason wrestling is where it is today. If you're a wrestling fan and you know a lot about it, you know Hulk Hogan is the reason. There are other guys who are icons that are on that Mount Rushmore that are very deserving, but nobody put wrestling on the map quite like Hulk Hogan, in my opinion. But I'm tired of hearing him come out, well, let me tell you something, Titus. I'm like, this is old, man.
I love how he got booed in his own hometown.
Yeah. Yeah.
People are just sick of Hulk Hogan.
They're
all
sick
that
of it.
shit came out.
Yeah.
People are over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're tired of seeing him.
Mhm.
And one of my favorite things, even though it is the dagger in the heart of WCW, so maybe it's why they keep bringing it back, is the NWO. And I know, weren't they inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, but they were all individually inducted already.
Yeah.
So
Every single one of them.
Yep.
So they inducted them as a stable,
So they got 2 rings now.
inducted them.
Yeah, I don't know.
NWO used to be the best. That screen would go black and white, and you'd
Mhm.
go, uh-oh.
Yeah,
Here we go.
I agree.
And now when I see it, I'm like, just stop.
Until they brought in Virgil, and it all went downhill from there. Virgil and Stevie Ray and Horace.
Buff Bagwell.
I'm like, oh, the B team's here.
Yeah, then they had the Elite NWO and the NWO
Wolfpack.
Originals.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh boy. Yeah, boy.
And then you had Sting doing it, and I was like, let's just stop. Shall we? Can we just not do this anymore?
Never.
Pretty soon the entire
21 years
rosters-
later, they're
the
still
entire
doing it.
roster is on NWO.
It was pretty much split down the middle.
Yeah.
There was like 30 members at one point.
Yeah.
Because it was like Brutus the Barber Beefcake and
It's unnecessary.
the Giant.
And then there was the Latino NWO.
the LWO.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, so the opening gets delayed for quite some time
Oh, yeah.
due to rain and it being outside.
It's like nobody wanted this to happen.
Yeah. It was like, oh boy. Although the stadium looked fantastic.
Yeah,
It
did.
really did.
That is
It did
one
look
thing
good.
you got to give to WWE. Their presentation is second to none.
And I was very happy with the fact that they had people in the
Yeah.
stands.
Well,
It's
like-
really nice to see that.
Last year when they made a last-minute decision to pull it from Raymond James, I'm like, why don't you just still do it there? Still have
Yeah.
the ambiance and still have...
Yep.
Because that's just
Yeah.
the setup from last year that they didn't use. when they moved it to the wrestling school in Orlando that it's just an old warehouse with a big fan above the ring.
Which was genius.
Yeah, genius. So smart.
Yeah, as opposed to going off the air for a year. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, they could have done WrestleMania at Raymond
done
James.
It in Tampa, just with an empty
Yeah.
stadium. So
Yeah.
the visuals were better, yeah.
So you
'cause-
still get the big screens, you still get the fireworks, you still get all that crap.
I mean, maybe they moved it to Orlando because wasn't that an indoor place? They did it in Orlando. They did it indoors.
Yeah,
right?
they moved it to
at
their
Full
wrestling
Sail.
school.
It's at
Well,
Full
that's
Sail.
what I'm saying is they probably did it there because they wanted to set up the screens. Didn't they have the screens for it?
They had just one screen
It was
for their
it
folks.
was like the
Oh.
world's smallest setup.
But
It-
here's-
It wasn't the one that had all the people.
No. It was it's at their wrestling school, the WWE Performance Center in Orlando. It's basically just a warehouse, and they had like 2 rows of empty chairs and a screen for them to walk out in front of, and that was it.
Oh, I
So-
thought that was it must have been a later one, but I thought that was the one that had all
They
the
added
people
more as time
on
went
the
on. They
virtual-
got
okay.
better at
I
it.
was gonna say
Yeah.
that could have to do with the rain and being outdoors.
And originally
my theory's wrong.
watching wrestling without people, I was like, this sucks.
Yeah, because you could hear a pin drop.
I
It
know,
doesn't
and it's just
matter
not fun.
how good the performers are. Like, one of my favorite moments ever
Mm-hmm.
is Stone Cold Steve Austin coming down to the ring for that 6-man Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not exciting because of what's happening. It's exciting because that crowd explodes.
Yeah, it's all about the crowd.
When you hear the glass break, or you see that, when Kane used to come out and the fire would come up out of there, or Sting, they'd shine the spotlight on him. It's not about what's happening. It's the reaction from the crowd. So this was very welcome to me, finally, to see the crowd come back. But I think, on the other side of that coin, it was like, well, this was sorely missed. And some of these people maybe not have been used to having that crowd back. I don't know.
Yeah, when we went to, I think it was WrestleMania that we went to several years ago, wasn't it?
No, we went to Backlash.
Oh, okay. So we ended
How
up
dare
having.
you.
You'd know if we went to
Okay,
WrestleMania.
sorry, it's been forever, and
Yeah.
it's really the only one I've ever been to. And it
WrestleMania's-
was so much fun, though.
Yeah.
and it's like I remember when what's his face came out when he was the trio with the candles and the. Bray Wyatt. When Bray Wyatt came out,
Wyatt
we saw,
family.
and that was when he was kind of just coming out.
Rest in peace, Luke Harper.
It was so cool. Like, it really was. And I honestly, and I'm sure anybody listening cannot wait until we get back to a place like that, to where you are shoulder to, I mean, I hate being around people, but being in moments like that where you're shoulder to shoulder with people that are watching something with an experience like that is so incredible.
I prefer to
look back
maintain
on.
social distancing going forward after this.
I agree. Stay away from it, but still, it's like that's what
I know.
that's what's left to make us feel normal, even
Yeah.
down here in Florida. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been pretty much open.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but
The
we had
thing
such a great time
that makes
night.
wrestling so special is, like, we went to that event and we had a box because of my work. We were very fortunate to be able to go and see it like that. But I invited so many people that I knew had young kids.
Yeah.
I was like, come, bring the kids. It's wrestling.
And it was
man.
incredible.
Bring the kids.
It was
Every kid
incredible.
loves wrestling in some way, shape, or
Every
form.
kid loves wrestling, and we had such a ball. Every time a heel wrestler would come out, I would go crazy, like, yeah! And all the kids are like, what do you mean you like that guy? And it was just
He's a
so
bad guy.
so much fun.
I remember there was one kid like right out in front of our box that you were screaming for, and he was like looking at you like, I can't. What? He's a
Yeah.
bad guy. Why do you like the bad guy? It
Who
was so
invited this
funny.
guy?
I think it was Rollins.
But the kids, like they, I mean, maybe they do or don't know that it's not. I can't
and I
say
would
this.
never
This is a
tell them.
WWE.
It's like,
But they don't know that it's all kind of set up. You know what I mean? So
That's
it's like
the magic of it.
I know it's like Santa
like-
Claus.
yeah, I was gonna
Like,
say.
it
I-
really is.
I got to go to Monday Night Raw when I was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And I will still to this day never forget seeing Kane come out, because that heat, when they hit that fire, we were in the nosebleeds, but I couldn't have been any happier. They were the best seats in the house. And that heat still hits you in the face, no matter where you are. And it's just something you don't forget. But anyway, let's get to the card. Let's get to, we can go over match by match if you want, or we can talk about matches. that
Only
you
if
thought
it's a
were
speed round.
stinkers. Okay. We'll go through it. And if you want to discuss it, we can go over it. Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre kick off the night.
Very disappointing.
Why?
I love both of those guys.
I think Lashley needs a guy like MVP.
Yeah.
His personality, his mic skills are not there.
No. Bobby Lashley is the nicest man alive.
That's what I hear.
He is.
But, I mean, and he's a great performer.
Very soft-spoken, great
Yeah.
performer, and he's been doing this for 25 years.
It's hard to make him look like a bad guy, though.
I mean, the Hurt Business stuff, I think, worked for them.
Yeah.
I love Bobby Lashley as champion right now. I was kind of rooting for Drew a little bit to get that big win in front of people.
I was, too.
But, I mean, I hated that it ended on a freaking full Nelson.
Yeah. Him passing out in the hurt, what is it called?
The Hurt Lock.
The Hurt Lock. Yeah, okay.
I was like, oh, boy.
And then here was a really surprising match that happened after that one. And I agree with you. I wanted McIntyre to win, too, because I felt like he kind of got the shit
gypped.
into the stick.
Yeah.
Because he was about to be champion and was riding high after the Royal Rumble, beat Brock Lesnar, about to win the the WWE Championship in front of everybody. COVID hits.
Yep.
By the way, you'll be the screen champion. There will be nobody in attendance.
Yeah. He won the title in front of nobody.
Dude, rough. But anyway, The Miz and John Morrison versus Bad Bunny and Damian Priest.
This was
Surprising.
Yeah.
This was surprising, and the reason it was surprising. So first of all, The Miz is a genius. The Miz is fantastic.
Which, I mean, what was it, 5 years ago? We all would have been like, no.
He's the best at what he does.
What you have to do is be able to appreciate what The Miz does in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
You hate him.
Yeah.
But
he's
that's
very
because he
theatric.
wants you to hate him.
Yeah.
he's
he could be
very
likable if he
theatric.
really wanted
He
to.
could do, honestly, anything he wants to. He is one of the best on the mic. And for what he does, he's one of the best in the ring, too.
Yeah.
I mean, truly. If somebody was going to put on a show like that and make that guy, Bad Bunny, look good, it was going to be The Miz and John Morrison.
And it, like, Damian Priest had like a torn groin this entire match. That's
Did
why
he
he was
really?
barely in there.
You know what, though? That was going to be my takeaway from this match. Good on Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about his music. I just know he's a celebrity.
I didn't know who he was 2 months
One
ago.
of my good friends says he is the king in Puerto Rico. Like, everybody knows him. That kid can wrestle.
His segments
did a
on,
good job.
Yeah, his segments on Raw have been triple the numbers of every other segment. So they're like, we're going to put everything. He's selling more shirts than anybody.
Yeah.
He's doing it. He's pulling in the numbers that they can't get with anything else.
And he's taking bumps.
Yeah.
He
loves
taking
wrestling. So
bumps.
he's like, I want to do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I would be like that too. Hey, Jack, do you want to wrestle Doink the Clown? Yes. In a dumpster fire match. I don't know. Something. But good for him. I was like, this is stupid. But when I'm watching him, I was like, but the kid's good. He's really good for what his level of experience is.
I can't get
he's
past
been
you
training.
wrestling Doink the Clown.
Ha!
I can make this happen.
Doink, let's do it.
I'll dress up as Doink the Clown. We can wrestle. Ew!
Leave your bedroom
That's
stuff
a
to yourself.
different kind of wrestling. When I honk her nose, you know what I mean?
Boom.
Okay, we're done there.
I don't know what that was. I think your car breaking down.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
How about this? Okay, The New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos.
I did love this, actually.
You did?
Yes, because that guy is so ridiculous. He's like 7'4".
Ha ha ha. Dude,
AJ springboarded onto his shoulders.
he did. He did. AJ is a beast.
Mm-hmm.
And this match, if it doesn't have AJ Styles, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston, not a good match.
No. That
Those
was that
three
guy's
dudes,
first match.
Those three guys are so good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This was one of the last matches I liked.
AJ's the best. AJ is the best.
I disagree, but that's okay.
Oh, you know, well.
Barf.
Ew.
Okay, so Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon. Yeah, I'm sorry.
There was a lot of shit talking throughout the.
I don't.
Wasn't there?
Yeah, I don't buy this angle that Braun Strowman is getting bullied by Shane McMahon.
Seriously, in fact, can we talk about Shane McMahon really fast? Why does he wear what he wears?
Because he's the man. Because he's amazing. Because he's Shane McMahon.
I mean, I like it better than what most wrestlers in the men fashion
his
wear.
baseball jersey style stuff.
I like that better. I'm just curious if there's a reason that he does that because
He's just always worn it.
and that's fine. I love it in comparison to
You don't
ones
like the
that
little
wear
undies?
underwear and their freaking like ankle, like their high shin boots.
Yeah, they're kinky boots.
But I just
they're
didn't know if
underwears.
there was a reason that he did that.
Just because he's never actually been like a wrestler. He's always been a
He wears
puncher
the jeans and the,
or
and the
a
jerseys.
high risk thing.
Okay.
He just doesn't wrestle like those
He's
guys
the guy
do.
that jumps off
And
of
some of
really,
the other
really high
folks-
heights, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's dope as hell.
He has done some of the most incredible stunts in WWE history for not being a wrestler.
Yeah.
I mean, he and Jeff Hardy are right up there together, I think. He, Jeff Hardy, and Mick Foley. I can't think of anybody that do more in terms of crazy stunts than Shane O'Mac and those two.
I'm gonna look up and see what's the craziest stunt he's ever done.
Shane?
Yeah.
He's jumped off the top of a Jumbotron at least 40 feet onto the Big Show. That, to me, and the one when he tried to jump off of the Hell in the Cell onto the Undertaker, and the Undertaker moved, and he just ate the table.
He had that one match where he wrestled Kurt Angle at King of the Ring.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to get overhead suplexed into
The glass.
It was like
The plexiglass.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like sugar glass, but they put the windows in the wrong places. So he got suplexed overhead 3 times in a row to break the plexiglass because it's like unbreakable material when you're just
This
throwing
is the
somebody into
one.
it.
WrestleMania 32, elbow drop from the top of Hell in the Cell when he went all the way up the chain link.
I think he was
And
wrestling
then
Kevin
he
Owens
came
at that
down
one.
on the table.
I don't think that was Kevin Owens. I think-
Yes.
Oh, was it
Shane
really?
did a similar thing. Oh, no, wait. Shane did a similar thing with Kevin Owens, but the circumstances are different. It doesn't say who. Taker. It was when he went against the Taker.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And it was, I remember watching him being like, he's not going to do that. No.
Yeah. I was like,
Oh my
something's going to
God.
keep this from happening, and then he did it.
And we're both like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was crazy. Cesaro and Seth Rollins.
Fantastic.
We've kind of talked about this. Fantastic match.
Great.
You can't go wrong with those two in the ring, period.
2 big, strong boys going at it.
Big, strong boys, big, athletic boys. Seth can sell anything, I think. And Cesaro is capable of any maneuver that a human can do. He's a
He's
freak.
the strongest human on earth. I'm
You
convinced.
ask, I've seen a lot of interviews. You ask anybody in the WWE locker room who's the strongest guy in WWE, they'll tell you Cesaro.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one.
I believe it. He's picked up massive.
And here's my doink of night one, which is the tag team turmoil match.
Holy shit.
Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose versus Lana and Naomi versus Natalya and Tamina versus the Riot Squad versus Billie Kay and Carmella.
I audibly booed my TV during this match.
Wait a minute. Which one was the diva that busted her ass on the way to the ring?
That was Mandy Rose.
Oh, that shit was hilarious.
on the wet ramp.
I
Yes.
remember watching that going, oh no.
Oh, honey.
That's
Oh,
terrible.
you sweet, cute little blonde thing.
Because she's done a lot of good wrestling. She's a good athlete. It happens to everybody, but you hate to see it at WrestleMania.
Very
liked it.
disappointed.
I mean, it's not as bad as Titus falling on his way to the Royal Rumble and sliding
That
underneath
is the
ring.
best. That is the best thing that's ever happened.
That's the best blooper that I've ever seen. But I was disappointed in this match, not because I thought the wrestling was subpar. I thought the Riot Squad deserved to go in and win.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm really rooting for these two.
I'm sick of Tamina. She's not good.
There's another thing is Natalya. She is, to me, just not entertaining.
She's the den mother of the whole division.
She's imposing. but
I've
not-
heard
yeah.
that. I've heard that she is the head of all the ladies in the division. She's the mentor. She's the Undertaker for the women's division.
She is.
So that's why she's necessary. If you want somebody to succeed, put her with Natalya. But I just don't.
Don't make it Tamina.
Yeah, Tamina's got somehow even less personality.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wanted to see.
How are you the
Riot
Rock's
Squad
niece
win.
and you have that much personality?
She's Jimmy Snuka's daughter.
Yeah.
She's not the Rock's niece too.
They're related somehow.
You're thinking of Nia Jax. She's related to the.
They're all related. Jimmy Snuka is in the Samoa wrestling family.
Oh, well, I knew he was Samoan, but I didn't think he was related to the Rock.
Yeah. They're like second cousins or something, something like that.
Well, excuse me.
I don't know how it breaks down on the Ancestry.com.
Oh gosh, here's Dwayne the Rock Johnson blowing up my phone. Dwayne, I will call you back. We'll talk about it later. But Tamina and Natalya winning that match. Yeah. But I sat and looked at that, and then I was like, this is to go against Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax? I was like, there's not a team on this list that's going to beat them. If you're looking at it objectively.
I hate Nia Jax too, so
it's
a lose-lose situation.
Here's the unpopular opinion. I love Shayna Baszler.
Oh, she's great.
I think she's really, really good. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Oh my God, this is going to take forever. We're only on match 2.
And no, we're not. We're done right here. So you're only on night 1.
Oh,
but this is Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair.
Okay. You didn't like this match? I loved this match.
I think Bianca Belair is incredibly talented, and so is Sasha Banks.
Mm-hmm.
I think this had the most star power of all the matches throughout the night.
I think it had the best story.
Yeah.
I think it had the best actual in-ring action. Well, second to Rollins and Cesaro. But I loved it.
Yeah. I was just like, no, I'm not into it. Although I think Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks are incredibly talented. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was just getting late, and I was like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I was a little cranky at that 4-hour mark.
Yeah. 2 nights. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to turn this off because I'm going to burn myself out. And then I ended up not watching night 2.
Yeah, night 2 I kind of watched in
I
pieces.
watched all the highlights on YouTube, though.
There you go. That's all you need.
So, let's get to night 2, speaking of night 2. And we will try to burn through these because we're getting close to the hour mark. The Fiend versus Randy Orton.
Awful.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It was awful.
They should just let Bray go back to being Bray and wrestle because that dude is so incredibly talented and he's so good in the ring. When he was Bray Wyatt and just wrestling people left and right, he was one of the best in the ring and on the mic.
So this match had a really cool, like, giant Jack in the Box entrance where Bray came out of a giant 10-foot tall Jack in the Box. It was cool. People were freaking out.
Yeah.
They wrestled for about 3 minutes, and then he got RKO'd 1, 2, 3.
And Alexa Bliss did the distraction against Bray Wyatt
with a very fake-looking, bleeding headband.
Yeah.
It was like you could see the little things coming out and like dropping blood on her face.
Really?
It was real bad.
I don't understand this angle that they're doing in wrestling right now. I mean, I get having the dark character, the bad guy, but I'm like, just no.
I think they're trying to make her the even darker person out of the two.
Really? And they're trying to make her turn against the Fiend?
Yeah, like she did it on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I agree.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with Logan Paul.
For these two people, this was not good.
Yeah. They've known each other forever.
Best
They've
friends for
wrestled
20
each other.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't feel like they put on the match they could have.
It was just too much focus on Logan Paul, and I do.
Why'd you put Logan Paul in the match at all?
Because they got a bunch of YouTubers to watch WrestleMania. But not the real one. They watched it on YouTube, so it was just like a bootleg copy.
Okay.
So they didn't make any money on it.
Don't get it.
Me neither.
And then the Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler against Natalya and Tamina.
See night 1. Keep going.
Yeah. United States Championship match. Sheamus versus Matt Riddle.
This was okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Riddle looks like he's going to be a superstar.
I love Riddle.
I think he's got a lot of talent.
Yeah. He just has to play it straight. That he got kicked out of UFC because he failed every drug test they ever gave him. He was going to be big in the UFC.
Yeah.
But he just could not adhere to the rules.
He also is disrespectful, from what I hear, to a lot of vets in the back. Like, I don't care about you.
Yeah, I love it though.
Like I'm like Goldberg's one of the big ones that he's disrespected, and Goldberg is very open about F that kid. I don't like him. Oh well, Goldberg, get over yourself. How about Big E versus Apollo Crews in the Nigerian drum fight?
This whole Apollo Crews thing is just baffling to me. Have you seen any of this?
No, but I know he's extraordinarily talented.
He's very talented. Now he's doing a Wakandan gimmick.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not with an accent.
Oh, with an accent.
Why?
Do your worst Chadwick Boseman accent from Black Panther, and that's what he does.
Why?
And he's like, I won't even try and do it. But he's like, I'm leaning into my heritage. I've made myself sound like an American to appease the American audience. I'm going to start being myself. And he carries a spear that looks like the Dora Milaje. And he wears Black Panther-esque ring gear now. And he comes out to African drum music.
Pandering 101.
It's real bad.
Oh,
As somebody
no.
who loves Apollo Crews and loves Black Panther, I do not want to see them.
No.
But you know what? Big E's awesome, and he made this match great, even though I had a dumb gimmick behind it.
Here's the next match that I feel you're going to say maybe stole the show, because these two are fan-effing-tastic.
I don't remember who this is.
Asuka and Rhea Ripley.
This was pretty good.
Rhea Ripley is incredible.
She's great. They're both
And
very
Asuka,
talented.
I have never seen an Asuka match where I was like, that wasn't good.
It was above average for the night.
These two ladies can wrestle their asses off.
I preferred the match on night one a lot more.
You like Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks?
A lot more.
Very cool. And then the final Universal Championship match. I can already tell you've got a lot to say about this one.
This was really good.
Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman, which, by the way, that pair, chef's kiss. Mwah, fantastic. Versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. That deep sigh is for Edge. And another message to Vince. I know you're listening. Stop bringing all these really older wrestlers back into relevance. You do it with Goldberg every week, it feels like.
And they wonder why they can't make new stars.
And then you bring Edge.
Because you're not willing to invest time into them.
Exactly. This could have been just as big a match and gone all night with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns.
Edge was there for the notoriety.
Yeah.
And it was originally supposed to be a singles match, but you can tell that Edge hasn't wrestled more than 15 minutes, not pre-recorded.
And you could tell that, too, in the Royal Rumble. He spent most of that match on the side of the match. But I understand. I'm not expecting somebody to be able to go 60 minutes and go in the Royal Rumble. It's just not possible.
This was like a 35-minute match of just nonstop. And they did a lot of table spots. They did a lot of stuff with the steps. There was a really cool spot where Edge and Roman Reigns speared each other. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why they let them do this, because Edge has so many neck issues. Yeah. But they collided like rams in the middle of the ring full speed.
Oh
I'm like,
God.
holy shit. They're going for it.
Yeah.
But they worked their asses off. And at the end, Roman Reigns pinned both of them stacked up at the same time.
With the help of his cousin.
Yeah, with Jey Uso's help. He was outside super kicking
What's
everybody.
going on with Jimmy Uso?
He's still hurt.
For how long?
I don't know. It seems like forever.
Yeah, he has been hurt for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And they will never drop him, because if they drop him, then Jay is going too. Yeah. And those two are one of the best tag teams that's ever been in the WWE.
They're pretty high up there.
I mean, watching Jimmy and Jay go against the New Day,
those are some really good matches.
Was pretty special.
Yeah.
I mean, that reminds me of Dudley Boys versus Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So what goes on from here?
I don't know.
Here's my question. Is there a major superstar lurking in the background that's getting ready to rear his beautiful, ugly head?
Not that I know of. Who else is out there?
Rock.
Yeah, they're going to do Rock and Roman Reigns.
Oh?
They have to. That's
going to
be.
They will.
Money says that's the main event of WrestleMania next year.
Oh, well.
Is Rock and Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
Well, they're cousins.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
They're cousins, and the Rock.
Or they might save it for when they go to Hollywood the year after.
There
WrestleMania Hollywood.
Oh. Well, that would make sense.
Where is it next year?
Dallas.
Yeah. Well, that's a big city, too.
Yeah.
You know Stone Cold will be there.
Yeah. He's in the ad for it.
Yeah, he'll do something.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
He's a guy who could probably get cleared if he wanted to, but he's like, nah.
Yeah, he's like, nah, I have zero interest.
Yeah. Like Shawn Michaels came back, and he said in an interview recently, I wish I didn't.
Yeah.
Because he did one of those Saudi Arabia shows and got like a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I didn't really look as good as I used to.
Yeah.
I felt like I kind of left a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
On top of his illustrious first ballot Hall of Fame career.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
So it was WrestleMania. Where you go from here, I don't No, I go to AEW. That's where I go.
There you go.
Premiere.
And relatively soon, we're going to have our buddies on from Emerald City who are big wrestling fans, just like you. And I can't wait to get them in here so we can talk wrestling in its entirety in a bigger spectrum, you know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be a lot of fun because the more you and Dave is his name, talk to me about Kenny Omega and reference matches and tell me to go watch stuff, I'm like, oh my God.
Is that why you watched that Kenny Omega match?
Yeah.
There's 3 of those.
I know.
And they get increasingly better.
I know. It's insane the way Kenny Omega can go. I've never seen it. It's unreal. He's really insanely talented.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I don't know. WrestleMania was kind of a dud for me overall. It's a lot of it's a lot of airtime to me to get 2 or 3 good matches.
I got 2 Tamina matches.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
You got 2 Tamina matches. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's just I thought splitting into 2 nights would be beneficial.
Yeah.
For the burnout, but then when you just make it 4 hours 2 nights in a row, that's the same amount of burnout.
It's quality over quantity, right?
Yeah.
I would much rather have seen some more quality matches.
Give me that top 6.
And
That's all
please, you know what? Vince McMahon is turning into the Jerry Jones of the wrestling world.
Oh, yeah.
And what I mean by that is he won't let go. He won't let other people step in and do some creative control. Now, dude, you're brilliant. You've done great for a long time. But look at NXT and how good NXT is.
Mm-hmm.
Let Triple H have the reins, man. Please.
It's going to happen.
Sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it's going to happen
Hopefully.
in 5 years.
Very well might. Don't know. I'm ready to see the authority to return back.
You love the authority.
With Triple H and Stephanie. They're just too good.
Agreed.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for the Alter Ego podcast. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. We will see you next time. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next Monday.
Boom!
Boom, indeed. Boom. Yes.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom Monday.
Yes. Boom Monday.
Did you say boo?
Boo. Yes. Boo Mondays.
Boo.
Boo Mondays. But you get Alter Ego.
Yay.
Oh my gosh. You guys are too much. You're the height of just too much.